Hello, hello. Welcome to the DTM Mini Series 2025, round 1 at Brands Hatch. Today the season opener. We are a couple of minutes away from the qualifying session. Give you a quick overview. The season schedule it is. So round 1 we are at Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Next week will be the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. Then round 3 we go to Italy, Monza. Round 4 it is Spa-Francorchamps. Then the final 2 rounds to Spain, Barcelona Grand Prix without the chicanes, the final ones, and then the season finale in Germany at the Nürburgring GP. So what are we looking at? Group 3 racing. We have 9 different brands available for the drivers to pick. Maximum of 2 cars per brand was allowed. So we have the Aston Martin, the AMG, BMW. Then, of course, we have the Audi, the Lamborghini, Ferrari, also the Ford, McLaren, and Porsche. So those should be the available brands, and we're about to have a 10-minute qualifying session, then a 60-minute race. During the race we have a mandatory pit stop window between race minute 20 and 40 where the drivers have to pit and change tires. Tires are racing softs and racing mediums available. Yeah, ×1 fuel, ×1 tires. So very easy settings. We do a manual formation lap with a double file start. So just say hello to everyone. Switching to qualifying. And typing is not my strongest thing. So we don't have the quali already on, so get rid of that, but we will put on the qualifying sessions settings. So we were going for real-life weather forecast as close as possible what the game gives us. So qualifying takes place late off in the late morning, the race itself in the afternoon. So we have 2 different time slots, and also the weather could be different for those time slots. So that's why we have 2 separate settings and for this event. So qualifying itself, then it will be 10 minutes, and drivers will start with 25 liters on board in their cars. And we're still missing a couple of drivers. Maybe they join for the race, but we are starting this qualifying session now. So Pit will be reset later. The grid, yeah, that's what I meant. So if they join later, they will start from the back. If not, then I'm very, very disappointed already to just see 9 cars. Sign-ups said we had 14 drivers. So yeah. Enough of me moaning. Let's start that session. And then let's see also the drivers. They can adjust the downforce settings. Front and rear aero can be adjusted. So, and no surprise, we see the soft tires for the qualifying session for all drivers now. The Vantage, a historic, probably also old school racetrack in England. Plenty of grass all around, narrow, difficult to go for some overtakes. But easy to make mistakes. Let's put it that way. So let's have a look at our runners. Going with the Schaeffler BMW Slugsy Equinox with a throwback Audi livery, neighbor, oops, with his orange and white signature liveries. As always, Webern, nice little Porsche, throwback Castrol, and Husky, very basic, black and gold couch using that Mustang. Okay, brave choice, must say. And we have a McLaren 650S for Stu, Mr. Guacho in a Ferrari, and also Rick in that second Ferrari on the grid. And the first drivers are on their first flying lap. I have no idea about lap times after the update. So then let's get surprised and see what we can expect. Probably say 22s, 23s. But again, this could be pre-BoP update. We get the first marker set by Equinox. Comes around the final turn and gets the run towards the line. It seems to be a 23 incoming. 23-4 Slugsy with a 23-4 as well. So nose to tail already between the two. 24-1 for Neighbor, Wayboard with a 26. And it's Couch 25.9. What about the McLaren? A bit too wide onto the grass. That's not the fastest lap probably, and the fastest way to go around. Oh, and nearly touches the gravel on the outside. Gets the first timed lap in. 27. Stu with a 140. What about Rick? 24 maybe incoming? 25-1 before it is at the moment, and Husky with a new attempt. So top two really close, the Audi and the BMW. after their first flying lap. So 10 minutes in total, and 4 minutes in. Here's Luxy slowing down at 23.5. Not too far off the time. Massive snap starting that lap. Was it just a cool down lap for the tires? Who knows, who knows? Neighbor getting closer, 23.497, so the top 3 within 0.069 currently. 3 different brands as well, Audi, BMW and Mercedes AMG. That mighty Mustang in P4 currently. Husky in the Audi. P5 for now, improving. Oh, gets a massive slide. I say we go on board for a lap. Turn 1, don't run too wide on the exit. It's nice braking just under the bridge for Druids. It seems to be very planted, that Audi R8. Purple. Losing all of the runoff and a bit more. Sluxy with a new pole position. But not by much, still very close. Equinox, great. Second sector, probably the difference between the BMW and the Audi. So now on the straight we go. Lost a little bit on the exit. So can he keep that? Going over those inside curbs. Smooth run so far, still purple. All important final turn now. Still 3 minutes to go. This could be the run, this could be a new fastest lap incoming. Wait for it. 23.4. Oh, it's close, it's close. What about me? 0.7, 0.6, so very consistent lap times for Neighbor. And Sluxy with the provisional pole so far, 23.3. Looks to be an improvement. 22 incoming, 22.7. That's quite a lap in that BMW. So that's now a bigger gap. We have Stu up to P4 in the McLaren 650S. Touched the inside a little bit. So no improvement on this lap. There is Couch Racing P5 in that board. Husky in 6th position. Runs very wide on the exit. But gets a decent run this time. Can he complete that lap? That improvement would definitely put him in front of Couch Racing. Keeps it on the track. Let's wait for the next sector time. 6/10. Good sector. Number 4. Final sector now. Basically the final turn. Don't run too wide. A little bit of room still, but should be an improvement for Husky. And it's a 24.1. That's second row start for now. And that is the qualifying done by the looks of it. Final minute now. I think Rick might get one more lap. He crosses the line. Yeah, just before the 10-minute mark. 25.1 for now. Starting his final lap of the session. What about Webern in that Porsche 911? 26.1 currently. 0.2. He's up to get maybe into the 1-minute 25s. Neighbor with a 22.9 into the front row alongside with Sluxy. 4/10, nice improvement so far, and then gets a little wiggle and loses the car, and that's probably all the time lost again for Webern. Yeah, cost them too much. And Mr. Guacho, improving by quite a margin. Will he jump Webern? On the limit, on the edge. It's a 25.7. That's P8 for now. Rick with improvement, P7. Sluxy finished with a 22.7. Neighbor, the 22.9. Still on that lap. What about Equinox? Equinox, can he improve? No. Not on this lap. So P3 it is on the starting grid. And Neighbor as well. No improvement on that lap. Anyone else on a flying lap? No, I don't think so. So that's the qualifying session done. So let me add that. So take the screenshots. Then screenshot them as well. So then we will reset the lobby. We're gonna enter that one. Load the race settings, and then grid will be set, and then we can start round number 1. Right, change grid order. We have Sluxy, A, Equinox, and Husky, Stu, and Couch. Stu, Couch, Rick. All right. So then let's say give the information for formation lab, single file at max 100 miles per hour. Where's this thing? That one? Oh, I'm just looking for my key to find something. Ah, that's what it is. It's the K gauge. Double file, then reduce to 60 miles per hour, 100 kph. Pole position looks inside. Line to outside. Rest follows. Start at finish. And remember hit stop. Window between race minute 20 and 40. Alright, that's enough. Starting soon. Good luck. Have a good race. Oh, out in blue with the legend Deutsche Tourenwagen Masters. That was a long time ago. It's Deutsche Tourenwagen Meisterschaft. But nearly, it's close. Close to that one. All right. And without any further ado, we'll start round number 1, 60 minutes here at Brands Hatch. Go. Go, go. Let's see if the formation lab and the double file will work. You see, hello Sluxy, flashing the lights. No one jump started or went racing, and that is a good sign. So pleased so far with that formation lap. So we have a quick look. Everyone using the racing soft tires, okay? No one going for mediums. They all think maybe 30 minutes is doable on the racing softs. Oh yeah, that is true. So when the drivers arrive at the penalty zone, we'll go a double file. Here we go. Cars are lining up. Come on. People in the back, catch the queue! That's looking quite okay. Nice little start, and then drivers should drive through the painted grid boxes, and we're off! It's green, green, green! Sluxy takes the lead, Neighbors a bit nappy. lost 2 positions, maybe in the wrong gear, I don't know. So Slugsy with an early lead, Equinox P2, and we have Mayweather retakes that P3 from Husky before Couch in the Mustang. Can he keep it? No, he has to stay in P5 for now. Stu, 6th position. Clean start so far. Rick in P8, Mr. Guacho in 8th, and Wayburn with a good run out of 30s. We have the first side-by-side, but the American driver in the Ferrari defending the inside line. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. And Slugsy with an early lead, 1.4 seconds, already building that gap. Straight already out of the slipstream. Equinox taking it easy. Mayweather staying in that slip. The same goes for the Audi R8 for the Husky. But then Couch Racing, that mighty Mustang. Gap nearly a second. 2P4 now. Stu and Rick in the toe still. Oh, a little wiggle heading into turn 1, and Rick nearly touches the gravel, keeps it on the track but loses some time. And Wayburn again looking to get a move done into Druids. Couldn't get it though. Stays in P9 for now. So a very, very clean start to the race. Oh, and Slugsy exit of 30s, touches the grass, loses quite some speed here, and gives Equinox the opportunity to get back into the slipstream. Under a second now between Slugsy and Equinox. BMW versus Audi. Then the third German manufacturer with Mercedes AMG in P3. Oh, and Couch goes very, very deep onto the sand, gets dirty tires and loses all of the momentum. Struggles with the exit. Opportunity for the Ferrari to go around the outside into the final turn. Yes, he does. What about Wayburn? Has to stay behind for now. Couch again struggling. Oh, nearly losing the rear. So probably that Mustang not the easiest car to drive, especially here at Brands Hatch, where it usually favors the MR cars. Oh, and Camera Boy Couch shows us a great battle between Wayburn and Mr. Guacho. And Wayburn around the outside. Can Couch hold it as well? Yes, the outside line though for Surges. There's a yellow flag. Someone went deep into Surges by the looks. Who is it? Don't see it. Husky with a mistake. Nobody caused that yellow flag. Drops down to P9. So we have a look what happened to the Audi driver. Oh, too early. Touched the inside curb. And then he got sped out that turn into the gravel. At the sharp end, it is still Slugsy. Has opened up that gap again. After that, a little wiggle and off track. Out of the slipstream again. And making that BMW look really good here at France. They go with the recent BoP update that BMW is quite the meta car at all of the tracks, even if it shouldn't like suit that the track layout per se. And with the opportunity to change the downforce settings, you could maybe tame that BMW a bit more, make it a really, really strong contender in this year's DTM season. So 2.6 seconds to gap to Equinox. That Audi, we had it in the last TEC season. It was a difficult car to drive, so shout out to Equinox and Husky for using it. It is still a good looking Group 3 car, even if it's officially retired. No works support from Audi anymore, but a privateer team has entered an Audi in this year's DTM season in real life, so that's why the car also was available for our little DTM series. And the AMG also with the FR layout, not like it's perfectly suited this track, but they are the other tracks probably better on the calendar for that car. Still a solid P3 at the moment for Neighbor in the AMG. Then the McLaren with Stu using a little bit of the grass, but if you have, sometimes you have to, but kept it just. Ferrari for the number 5, Rick. 2 seconds the gap to Rick, and then Webern and Couch, Porsche versus Ford. Webern with a good opening stint so far after 10 minutes roughly. Got himself from P9 up to P6 and another yellow flag, so Stu, the McLaren, went off, no damage, probably just a bit too hard into turn number 1, yep, understeers, and has a spin, but yeah, no damage for now, so it's regroup. P7 still. Husky in 8th. 1.5 seconds, so he can see Stu again. And the second Ferrari on that grid in P9 so far. 4.4 seconds. Again, a little bit of a wiggle. Not easy to tame those cars. Slugsy, look at that, he's flying at the moment, 22.8. That didn't count, but it looks, no, it was just a bug on the display. A 23.2, still very fast, so not the pace that Equinox can do currently. It's nearly 4 seconds between P1 and P2. Another 3.5 to Ney, then who has a penalty. But he has a big gap to the rest of the grid so far. Our Australian friend with a clean race up to P4, and it's the commentator's curse, I know. He is already touching the grass, so no, we are not looking at you, sorry. Keep it up. Webern versus Couch. Probably that car will be a handful, understeer like crazy. That has a good reference now with Webern. Just run too wide. Oh maximizing the track. Gets a great run off the final turn. Will it be close enough? No, not for turn 1. Maybe force Weber into a mistake. No, Weber touches the inside curb and gets a good run, breaking ball through it. Koch going deep, trying to get the better exit, straight in the car, but then the rear is stepping out. He keeps the distance. Ooh, and then a bit too late. Also Weber using the grass. Little error here, little error there for the drivers. It keeps it interesting for the mid-pack. Mustang is roaring, trying to close the gap again and back to where we started last lap round. Good run, again closing that gap. Oh, Stu and Husky, they're also in a fight for position, less than a second before turn 1, and stays roughly the same. So both MR cars, McLaren and Audi, using all of the runoff and a little bit more even. We saw that dust going over the grass, touching the gravel on the exit as well, but carries the speed. And in P9, the second Ferrari trying to find the groove in race pace. The gap at the front seems to be now quite stable, roughly 4 seconds. It's either Sluxy not pushing the limits or Equinox slowly increasing that pace into the 23s now. And we are 5 minutes away from the pit stop window being opened. Will we see early pit stops, so will we probably just see at roughly 30 minutes of racing that stop, go for that fresh set of softs and then bring it home. It looks like, I mean, it would be quite a stretch probably to go for an undercut, but maybe if you're 1-2 seconds behind and you cannot get a pass on the racetrack, so you might be considering an earlier pit stop to use the fresh tires, gain an advantage. This time Husky with a run maybe. And a mistake. Where is that McLaren? A 360 into the gravel. I think he was a bit too much occupied looking in the rear mirrors. Husky was right behind and then touched the grass, the gravel on the entry a bit too late. And then a nice pirouette into the gravel pit. It's down to P8. Again, it's still plenty of racing left in here, 42 minutes and 40 seconds. And I'm pretty sure some mistakes will happen throughout this race. Again, that was close. Nearly lost the car. Where's our closest battle? Probably here, P4 or 5 and 6. 1.6 and 2.5 seconds separating the cars. Webern is slowly catching the Ferrari driver in P4, while Couch had a little moment, lost half a second, nearly a second. We're looking at the delta that lap, so maybe Husky can challenge Couch for a position later on. And very consistent once again, like a clockwork, maintaining that gap. Just over 4 seconds now. And when he comes around the next time, that pit stop window will open. Everyone. But I don't think he has to. His tires still look okay. Equinox a bit more and use the tires, but that's probably the nature of the Audi. It is still manageable, I think, for now. So it could be that the Audis might be looking at a 25-35 minute split or so. Then I'm gonna prepare my message. Nearly typed it correct. They know what I mean. Wait, window open. But I don't think that anyone will pit that early. Hey, Davo. Yeah, at the moment. But if something happens, then it's your fault, Davo. You said it. I didn't. Can Webern close that gap? And also Couch versus Husky might get interesting. Davo, exactly. You're working on it. I see ya. I mean, it's the second next strong thing in a stream, like a commentator's curse, but then right after it's a stream chat curse as well. Husky staying roughly at 2-second range. Oh, it looks like Stu had another off, 11 seconds. So he can do some quick lap times in that McLaren. The consistency is a bit the problem for Stu at the moment. Every other lap A little bit of a moment, but also Mr. Guacho had a moment. Last lap round, 33.4. Cannot close that gap to Stu currently. Whereas Slugsy 6.6 seconds now. It looks like that Equinox had a moment. 4 up to 6.6, 6.7. Maybe that Audi R8 now. The tire wear is kicking in. But it would be a very long second stint now. Yes, the fuel will get down, the car will get lighter. But we belong, so I reckon 2-3 more laps maybe, and then we could see the first drivers pitting. Neighbor with a very solid race at this stage. Keeping it clean. 24s, 25s. And a nice in third position. And then we saw this battle brewing now. And Webern closed that gap now. Within the slipstream range, 1.2. Also often not the best qualifying session for Webern. He is having a great race so far, P9 to P5, and just a second behind P4. Very wide entry for Rick. Lost 2-3 tenths. Oh, is he feeling the pressure already? Yeah. It's like sector by sector. Webern is catching every lap. I think next lap we could see the attack into Druids maybe. It's still a second for now. And couch racing in that Mustang, the front left tire is struggling now. Roughly 50%. He's also not too far away from that 30-minute mark. He's probably looking at this or this in the next lap, maybe then we should see the pit stop happening. And the gap between Stu and Mr. Guacho, 5 seconds. The American driver gained a little bit on that first sector. After second, lost time again. Slugsy getting closer to P9 for a potential lap. Oh, and couch in. So he's hoping that the lighter car will help him with the tire wear. He keeps that position. Brands Hatch in the game is known like for that really short pit lane. And didn't lose too much. It's 10 seconds roughly with a tire change. So the drivers can pit outside of that window, of course. They just have to perform a pit stop with a tire change within the 40-minute window that started 7 minutes ago. It will go until race minute 40. So enough flexibility to give the drivers the options to get out of traffic, perform an undercut, and so on. Husky doing the same, covering Couch pit stop, so just one lap later. And where's Couch? Around turn number 1 and keeps that position, but that gap has come down. It's now really, really close. Half a second less than. And Sluxy in. Nobody wants to avoid the back markers. Could be a smart decision. Judging that gap, and he should come out in P2. Yes, it is. Both Husky and Couch now on a fresh set of soft tires. Looking at to go till the end, the race. Webern is in, alright. Who's staying out? Equinox staying out. May Mother staying out. Rick by the looks as well. Webern will stay in front of the Couch and Husky, 6 seconds roughly. So Rick still on his starting tire. Stu in now. And what about Equinox, the current race leader? When will they pit? We're going for another one. Oh, a yellow flag. What happened? I think that was Ferrari driver that had a messy pit entry. Was there a spin? Oh yeah, ooh. It was a crash into the pit entry. So got lucky that there was no reset. And Ney going for the mandatory tire change now. The same goes for Rick. Gap to Webern, 11 seconds coming down. Webern crossing the start finish line now. Where is Rick? Exit of the pit lane, and it's under 2 seconds, 1.5. So I think that no, it stayed roughly the same. It was a second last time when we left then. Did miss the overtake. Husky on Couch Racing though. Can Husky close that gap to Webern? 4.7 seconds. For now, we have Equinox also in now, going for the tire change. So Sluxy back into the leading position. And 8 seconds. The gap. Equinox got past Mr. Guacho in P9, so doesn't have to worry about an on-track overtake. Nay, other in P3. Rick versus Webern. Let's go. Battle for P4. Both on fresh tires. So not much of a difference. I think 1 lap difference. Oh, a massive slide from the Australian driver. Understeers. Loses a little bit of momentum. Opportunity for Weber now. Will he have a look? No, he stays behind. Maybe he gets concentrate on the exit out of 30s. It is still 4/10. The run down the back straight. Rick with a good setup on his Ferrari. Keeps that position for now with Webern in his Porsche. Applying some pressure now. Good run out of the final turn, opening up that gap. 8/10. A little bit of a breathing room now. A short moment it looked like. It was a bit too late. And Webern struggling a little bit now, losing a couple of tenths, and Husky with his personal best last time round. Yeah, just 3.5, gained a second probably on Webern and Rick. Couch racing, fighting with that Mustang, who will be victorious at the end of this race. Next up, it's Stu, 25 seconds. The gap, that's quite huge, and seeing some blue flags. Slugsy less than 2 seconds away. So P9, our second Ferrari driver. So Slugsy 8-9 seconds now. Played it safe with the pit stop. Avoided the traffic before the pit stop, and now we'll probably get the free pass on the start finish. Ooh. Or even before. And it's still the 1 minute 23.2, the fastest lap of the race. Equinox with a good lap. 23.0. He's pushing now. Maybe a bit too late. 8.6 seconds. It's quite a gap. 20 seconds. They bother in no man's land, really. But P3, he will take that all day, I reckon. And this is where the action is. Mid-pack panel. Webern, Rick and Husky, just 2.3 seconds. So this could turn into a three-way fight for P4. With Husky being 7-8 tenths quicker per lap currently. Then there's the saying, Catching is one thing, overtaking will be a different challenge. And a very wide, deep entry for Rick, but gets a decent run onto the back straight. And Husky has joined the party. Less than a second behind Webern. Looks like he found his groove and the rhythm. Pushing the car a bit more. Ooh! And then the Audi does Audi things. You can still see the black Audi. Without that mistakes, he would be right behind Webern. Oh, intense racing definitely happening now between Rick, Webern and Husky. I think we cannot move away from this, but I will quickly run through the gaps at the order couch. 6 seconds the gap to Husky in P7, Stu 27 seconds to couch, and another 20 seconds to Mr. Guacho at the front. Oh, look at that, under 7 seconds. Luxy with a bit of a slower lap. Maybe traffic, or maybe a little off track, I don't know. Equinox is pushing. Under 7, and we go to P4, 5, and 6 once again. Half a second still. Gonna run out of the final turn. The Australian gets a good run, also coming out of turn number 1. The band keeping that gap. Now difficult for Webern. He is looking probably for a way past Rick, but that has to also watch the mirrors, because Husky is right behind now. Keeps it clean. Well, who makes the first mistake? Webern really close through Dingledale, and then it stays roughly that half a second between the two. Yeah, well done so far. Solid racing, and it's tough to keep that car on track if you're pushing. Let's get the onboard. Webern is close, but not close enough to get a nice little camera drive out of Webern's Audi. Oh, I think Rick touched the grass, lost a little bit of momentum, but keeps the gap. Will run for the Audi driver 3 times. A bit too late, maybe. Gaining so much time under braking. So now all the heat is on. Oop, just showing his nose. No, Weber not impressed for now. Still has a little bit of toe down the back straight, so 3 important. And it's enough of a gap for now. Quick jump to the race leaders. Still over 6 seconds, so Sluxy in management mode again. Sees the gap. Doesn't have to take any risks. And Equinox has to push. With 16 minutes and a bit to go. It just takes one little off track. We all know that. They are still in no man's land, and let's get back to P4, 5 and 6. It's challenging for all of the drivers. Rick has to constantly watch the rear mirrors. Weber on like for 20 minutes now behind the Australian driver, trying to force a mistake. Oh! I think there was a little laugh tap happening. The Ferrari on that tail, fishtailing. The second, and Weber backed out of it. Now after that contact, maybe also a bit of lag involved. This is the opportunity for Husky now. Will he play it smart, waiting for the run out of turn 1? Yes, he does. Can he get his nose to the inside? Ah, he showed it. He showed it for a brief moment, but wasn't close enough. For now, so it's more like Weber has to defend, then he would rather attack, really sure, Rick, but now the gap 1.1, 1.2 seconds, and yeah, for now it's more like Mr. Defense. Husky seems to get a little bit pushy. He caught up with that group, that pair of cars, like within 3-4 laps. So he should have the outright pace to get past. What about now? Into turn number 1, maybe. Oh, he's forcing Weber to the inside. It could be a compromise run out of turn number 1. Not yet. Yes, Weber showing his defensive skills. Oh, sorry. for that curve. So will he keep the temper? Good run out of 30s. Will Webern defend the inside line? No, he leaves that gap open. Husky looks not close enough again. Gets a decent run through Dingledale now. And they're both catching Rick again, so exciting. Final 12 minutes. Sideways. It's half a second still. And it's seconds between Webern and Rick. Quickly jump back to the front runners, 6.3 seconds. So now the pace very similar between Sluxy and Equinox. 23.9, 24.1 years, 23.9 again. Ooh, that was close. Lost 2/3 probably. For the AMG in third position. And it's still Rick, Webern and Husky. P4, 5 and 6. Couch has found his rhythm, but the gap 14 seconds to Husky. Stu MP8 21, getting the hang out of it by the looks. A couple of laps now, 25, 24, 25, 25. What about our American Ferrari driver? Still a bit up and down the lap times. 26s, 27s, 31, and there will be that battle group now slowly approaching Mr. Guacho. Ten minutes to go. And Webern as close as he ever was to Rick now with the run. Will he show his nose? Just for a brief moment. Not the best run for the Australian. Stays in front. Oh, cross! Nearly, this is opportunity for Webern. He sends it down the inside and gets that position. For now, what about Husky with the move around the outside? Has the speed. Rick on the inside and he concedes that position. Husky with a move. It's not over yet. It's over both on the grass. Husky baby dirty tires for turn number 1. Rick is on the inside and retakes that position. Ooh, let's save that marker and go back to the replay cam and see that entire the final 20 seconds. So last turn, Husky around the outside, but then touches the grass and cannot defend the inside line. Nice side-by-side racing, and Rick gets that position back again. This all helps. Webern though, 1.2 seconds suddenly the gap. Husky now right behind Rick. Oh, onto the grass again. It's a bumper-to-bumper racing between Rick and the Husky. Webern gets a little bit of a gap now, 1.3 seconds out of the final turn. Not the best run, 1.2 for Rick. Undecisive. Should he defend the inside line against Husky? No, not yet. Husky with more speed. Late launch down the inside. No, Rick taking the middle of the road. Saying, oh, it's gonna take that. Oh, nearly loses the rear again. Ferrari. And tires. Rear tires. That's the thing. Still looking okay-ish from the HUD. We have the Troy. If Rick feels the same, if you overdrive them, you heat up those tires, you lose grip, and he's off track. No, just a little bit. I don't know, maybe too fast. Turned a little bit too late, and lost that position to Husky. Let's see Husky's point of view. So he slides. Maybe the rears still a bit too hot. And then he couldn't catch that slide, unfortunately. Now 2 seconds. Probably needs a cool down lap. Get those tires into the operating window again. And then let's see if he can close it again. It's going the other way. 3 seconds, maybe just a bit too much. The last couple of laps. And a great defensive drive. Great driving between Weber and Husky and Rick so far. So now it's Husky versus Weber, I think. It's 5 minutes and a bit to go. Husky has the slipstream range. And at the front, the gap has come down to 4 seconds just. Alright. 24, 25s. For Slugsy, maybe taking it a little bit too easy. Now we're on those final couple of minutes. Equinox definitely with a much better second stint in this race. 4 seconds between P1 and P2. Neighbor in P3. A big gap to P2 and also a big gap to P4. We should be safe to keep that position. Webern, Husky is flying again a second, and Rick now 4 seconds. Maybe he was like, yeah, he fought too much. Now it's bring home a P6. And the gap should be big enough to couch 20 seconds in P7. Another 21 seconds to Stu in 8th. And Mr. Guacho in P9, 50 seconds the gap. So this one, P4 or P5, under 4 minutes to go. Husky back half a second. Pushing the limits of the car and the track. Now it's decision time. Not many laps left to go in this race. And gets a great run of the final turn into the first turn. We go 4 tenths. Can Webern defend that position? He showed it a couple of minutes ago. It's not an easy one to make a move on. run should be good enough for Webern to keep that position down the back straight. 3/10. So, mind games happening now between the two, probably. There's like studying. No, Husky goes wide onto the grass. This is not what you need if you want to go for an attack. Dirty tires. 2 seconds now, the gap. 2 minutes to go. Still roughly 4 seconds between Slugsy and Equinox. Slugsy again touching the grass. Could probably lose a little bit. Oh, Equinox also touched the grass by the looks. Oh, Slugsy crosses the finish line, and it will be 2 more laps to go for Slugsy and Equinox. 4 seconds separating the top 2. Then Neighbors will probably be the penultimate lap here. And Webern and Husky as well on their penultimate lap, so they 1 more lap to go for those 2 when they cross the line. Neighbor comes around, 1 minute to go, and starting his final lap of the race. A second between Weber and Husky. Husky is not giving up. So a second separating Weber and Husky when they start their final lap of the race. Rick comes around, final lap as well for the driver. 3.7 between Slugsy and Equinox on the final lap. Where's Couch? Couch will cross the line as well, so it will be Stu who sees the checkered flag. We need to go to this, I reckon. We need to... Where's Slugsy? Equinox here. 3.5. Webern and Husky half a second, so they will see the checkered flag before the race leaders. So that's why we stay here. Neighbor P3 podium. Well done. And probably Husky. The gap is too big. Webern will keep that P4. Just keep it on the grey stuff through the final turn. And Webern P9 to P4. What a race. Husky P5. Well, let's go to the front. Slugsy with the W, the victory on the season opener. Equinox P2 and Rick gets a P6. So this leaves us with Couch racing in the Mustang, coming round the final turn, finishing P7, Stu P8 and Mr. Guacho in P9. Well done everybody. So, and let's save the replay. Grab notes. And bring that up. Let's get rid of that. So, let's go through the race results. Slugsy with the victory. pole position and the victory. Equinox P2, the fastest lap of the race. Neighbor P3 finishes on the podium. Then Weber, probably driver of the day for me. P9 to P4, great battles in that mid pack with Rick and Husky. Husky P5, Rick P6, Couch. Yeah, brave race in that Mustang. At Brands Hatch P7, Stu in P8, in the McLaren, and the second Ferrari, Mr. Guacho, in P9. So nice season opener for DTM 25 Mini Series. We are back next week then for round 2 at the Red Bull Ring, and hopefully we get a bigger grid than just 9 drivers, so we have more signups, so hope to see more. Maybe also we have some unpredictable weather next week at the Red Bull Ring. We will see. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next week here, same time, same place. Until then, take care, love you all, yippee-ki-yay, bye bye.